Hello there people, my name is Amanamaz and I have just seen the latest kaiju movie in the MonsterVerse, Godzilla and Kong: The New Empire. And I'm going to be straight with you. Is it incredibly stupid? Yes. Was the plot threadbare and could have been AI generated? Also yes. But was it awesome and did I have a good time with it? Very much yes. You can just tell what kind of movie it already is just by looking at it. If you're expecting Shakespeare or a thought-provoking movie, then it won't ever be for you. But if you just want a fun ride, then you'll certainly enjoy it. It is basically Godzilla and Kong versus their counterparts. It's quite literally the biggest tag team fight in history. That's if we're not including The Rock and Roman Reigns versus Cody Rhodes and Seth Rollins at WrestleMania. Just a quick WWE reference for you guys. Now, even though it is a Godzilla and Kong film, it is mainly a Kong film and Godzilla is there, I'd say, about 25% of the time, which is a bit disappointing. But I get why. It is easier to go follow Kong as he's more expressive and easier to portray as a more complex character, so to speak. Like the film script is just one long exposition dump explaining the Godzilla and Great Ape War. But the one thing I thought it did really well was that there were loads of moments with Kong and other apes and titans, and even though nothing was said, you could just pick up and piece together what was said between them, which I thought was oddly unique and appreciated quite a bit. The fight scenes I thought were a lot of fun and really enjoyable, though the Godzilla ones were a bit short, and there were moments where there were a lot of off-screen fights and kills. Like both Kong and Godzilla fought a sea serpent-like creature and killed both of them off-screen with chunks of their bodies floating to the surface. And not gonna lie, I thought Godzilla was a bit dickish when fighting the other monsters. Like he normally kills when they're out of line or start causing shit, but he kills one of them because he wanted to take over his house essentially. So yeah, maybe it wasn't Godzilla's best portrayal, especially since I know people will compare it to Godzilla -1, even though they are completely different. Also, the fight scenes did feel weightless at times. Like I get they're trying to show the fight from the kaiju perspective, hence why they move so quickly, but I think it feels more grand and more of a spectacle when it comes from a human point of view. And speaking of humans, the human characters here weren't that bad. Bernie from the last film and the new guy Trapper were probably the most entertaining characters. The deaf girl from the previous film was just fine. It turns out that her tribe that still live in the Hollow Earth have telepathy and can read each other's minds, which I thought was a bit weird, not gonna lie. Like even in this film with massive monsters going at each other's throats, this is the bit I thought was a bit too silly. Like since when did superpowers come into this? But that's nothing too major anyway. Scar King, the bad monkey with the whip, I thought was actually a decent bad guy. Yeah, physically he could have been a bit better, but you could tell right away that he was a dick and fucking cruel with everything he did. Like he kicked another ape into lava for defending Mini Kong, and he would almost torture Shimo, the bigger than Godzilla ice lizard, to do his bidding with the help of a special crystal, though he is still no King Ghidorah. Shimo is basically a giant cat, which I thought was cute, not gonna lie. And speaking of cat-like behavior, Godzilla and the Roman Colosseum is now a cat and a cardboard box. If he fits, he sits. The Colosseum is now basically Godzilla's bed, which is oddly adorable when thinking about it. Overall, it's a fun film. That's very simple to put it lightly. I do kinda still prefer Godzilla vs Kong, but this one isn't exactly far behind. But I do recommend that you go out and watch it. It is Easter weekend, so go out with the family and see it. It would be a good day out and a better watch over Ghostbusters: The Frozen Empire. If I had to give it a rating, it would probably be a 7 out of 10. I just love awesome dumb movies like this, and I might watch it again at some point, but we shall see. Anyway, if you like my review, please leave a like and subscribe, that would greatly be appreciated, and I shall see you next time, and peace.